everyone, I'm Margaret with the Brighton District Library. Today we are going to make a beautiful container plant that's for the sun, and we're going to use three principles. We're going to do thriller, filler, and spiller, and I'll tell you about that when we are planting our own container. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the container that we're going to be using as our sample. You can see it's very, very full. It's got a lot of different colors and plants in it, and we are literally going to plant one of these that is an exact replica. However, I want to point out this plant is fuller because it's been growing for a while, so the plants that I have are going to be a little bit less filled out, but it will in the end be this and then more. So I want to talk about the thriller. The thriller are the plants that are going to be tall and they're going to have a presence, so they're going to go up more than down and out. Okay, so these plants right here are my thrillers. Okay, the fillers are, beautiful, and they fill the pot, just fill it. And I'll go around so you can see this. So they really add a nice, bundle of, beauty into the pot. Then we've got the spillers, and spillers are nice because they cascade over the pot. Here's one here, and here's this one here with the white. And the nice thing about the fillers is they soften the pot. They draw your eye down, whereas the thrillers draw your eye up, and that's that. So I'm going to talk about the plants as I'm planting them, what they are. So I'm going to set this on the ground, and we're going to start with our home pot now. Okay, and I'm moving this over here. Before we start though, I want to tell you a little difference between soils that are for pots and soil that you use to plant with landscape material. So I've got two different variations here. This is the kind of soil you want when you're filling a container, okay? This is more like, it's earth, but it's also like wood chips and things like that, or it's just black dirt. And it's a lot wetter and heavier. So you want something that has a little bit more of a fluff to it, and these white little pieces in here help to aerate the soil for that. Okay, so I'm gonna set this down, and now we're ready to plant. All right, so we're gonna start with our thriller. And these are the plants that, as I mentioned, are gonna be the height of the container. So we have right here, we have a salvia, and it's like got some white and blue in it. And I decided that I thought this was just beautiful. So I'm planting it near the back a little bit, kind of, I would say 3/4 in, okay? And then we have another salvia, which is a darker blue. And because we have purples and blues in the container, they will complement each other. So I've got these two right here, side by side. Then I'm going to take the soil and spread it, and we are going to put in a plant that is called an Angelina, okay? And this is a good plant because it gets full, but it stays tall. So it's another, what I would say is a thriller. And the nice white on it complements the white on the one that it's with right here. Let me turn this way. Okay, so we're putting into the soil, and you might have noticed I took the soil and kind of split it up a tiny bit as I was dropping it in before I dropped it in, and that's because you want the roots to have opportunity to just start growing and not have to kind of break out of that little box that they were in and start growing that way. So now we're going to start with the fillers, and this is a petunia starfish, which is so pretty. I haven't done a lot with petunias, but I think this is just gorgeous. So there we go. We're taking it out of the pot, and I just slightly move my finger in there because you don't want to damage the roots in any way, really. And then we're going to put this one right there, and the colors all go really well together. Okay, so there's that. And then we're going to put another one, and we're going to angle it a little bit more behind this one. So we've got two of these together, same colors. And when you take things out of a pot, you want to make sure you pinch it all around so that they kind of come out easily. Because if it's too tight in there, you're going to pull the roots and you're going to pull the top, and you might even take the top off. So you want to make sure you're gentle about that. Okay, so we're gonna put this in now. And we've got our nice purple showcase. That's gonna be a filler. And now we're gonna take the other side. And this is another filler, which is a petunia. And it's called Fiona Flash. I might mention I got all these things at our local nursery here in town. So you don't have to have the exact same thing I have, but you're getting the idea that you want to have, you know, sort of wow power when you're doing pots. And to do that, you'll have your thriller, filler, and spiller. Okay, so I put one in front like I did the other side there. And again, I'm squeezing my pot to show that, you know, it's not going to come out in a rough way. And see all the roots here? You want to just kind of loosen those up a little bit. I'm not going crazy with damaging them. I'm just kind of loosening things up. Okay, so I'm going to move this more toward the back like I did the other one. Okay, and we're going to put it right here. And then when I finish doing that, I of course want to make sure that I tamp it in there good so that it's good and secure. Okay, now we're going to go for this little coleus here, which is a combination of a filler and a spiller. So we're going to use this one, okay? And this is going to go behind. All right, and I'm loosening a little bit. I just kind of take my finger and poke around a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go behind, and I like to put it, let's see, next to the red petunia to add that extra bold punch of color. And you want to find the best side that you like. Okay, so I've got it in here, and I'm working it around, and I'm pressing it in. Okay, and there's one more thing we're going to put in here, but we're going to go over this way now. And we're going to put another plant, and it's a filler, and it's called a verbena, and it's a purple. A purple verbena, okay? And again, loosening everything up. I'm going to put this right here in the middle, and you'll see it already is starting to cascade a bit. So it's a cascader, it's a spiller. All right, so we're moving that around and we're setting it, putting it in its spot. All right, I'm going to turn this way, and I'm going to put this in. This is also, it looks like a upright, and it is right now, but what will happen is this is going to eventually kind of flop and cascade. Whereas these taller white ones, which are the Angelina, the thriller, they're going to just stay upright the whole time. So this has got, see how it's got more of a droopy? So this is going to be nice for this other side here. So we've got our plant over here. And we're going to put this one in the back because I like to have kind of a balance both ways. Put this in. Actually, I think there's more room right here. I'm going to put it up front. But it's good because it'll be cascading with the verbena, which is the purple plant. Okay, so there we go. And then what I usually do at the end is I take soil and I kind of fill it in and finish it up with the things that I've moved around. So you want to make sure after you've done this that you water it really well, because it'll dry out quickly outside. And when in the summer it's very hot, like 90, I'm going to say, you're going to want to water this possibly every day, if not every other day. But when it's, you know, 70s, 80s, I think once or twice a week will be fine. Okay? So we hope you had fun, and I know you're going to enjoy picking out your annuals annuals. Now, keep in mind, this is all for Sunny that I've done today. And have a good time planting, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.